to the mountains! All to it here and they overrun ourselves aground! Be stir, be stir!
Hey, me orcs! Cheerily, me orcs! Take in the topsail! Tend to the master's whistle! Oh, blow till thou burst thy wind, if room enough!
Good boatswain, have care! Where's the master? Play the men!
I pray now keep below!
Where is the master, boatswain?
Do you not hear him? You do more labor. Keep your cabins, you assist the storm.
Nay, could be patient.
Ah, when the sea is. What cares these horrors to the name of the king? Two cabins, islands trouble us not.
Good yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
And that I love more than myself. You are counselor. Oh! If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not hand a rope more. Use your authority. Oh. If you cannot give thanks that you have lived so long, and make yourselves ready in your cabins for the mischance of the hour, if it so happen. Now, out of our way, I say!
Oh, I have great comfort in this fellow. Methinks he hath drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect. Gallows. Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging. Make the rope of his destiny our cable. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable.
Down with the topmast, lower, bring it a try with main curse. Plain upon this howling, they are louder than the weather or our office. Well, yet again, what do you hear? Have we got a mind to sink? Shall we just give o'er and drown?
The pox to your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, and charitable dog!
Work you then!
Anchor! Hang you horse and insolent noisemaker, we are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
Oh, I'll warrant him for drowning, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell, and as leaky as an unstauned wind.
There, hold! Send her two courses out to sea and add later off! What must our mouths be cold?
Oh, the king and prince and fair, let's assist them for our cases as theirs.
I'm out of patience!
We are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. This white-chapped rascal, wouldst thou might lie drowning the washing of 10 tides?
Oh, he'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swear against it, and ye beg widest to glut him.
We split! We split!
Let us all sink with the
Let's
king!
make leave of him!
Now I would give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furs, anything. Oh, the will's above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
If by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this rock, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creature in her dashed all to pieces. The cry did knock against my very heart. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth. Or should the good ship so have swallowed in the frotting souls within her?
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell thy piteous heart there's no harm done.
Woe the day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of who thou art, not knowing from whence I came, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poorhouse, and I no greater father.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I informed thee, father. Now lend thy hand, and pluck off my magic garment. So. Lie bare mine art. Oh, white thou thine eyes. Have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck has touched the very virtue of compassion in thee. I have, with such provision in my art, so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair betid to any creature in the vessel which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Now sit down, for I must inform thee further.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
Well, the hour is upon us. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear, obey, and be attentive. Now, canst thou remember a time ere we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything the image tell me that thou hath stayed with thy remembrance?
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. Oh, but how does this live in thy mind? What else seest thou in the dark backward in abysm of time? If thou rememberest aught before thou came here, how thou camest here thou mayst.
Oh, but that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are you not my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was the Duke of Milan, and thou his only heir, and princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Oh, blessed was it we did.
Ah, by both, my girl. By foul play, as thou say'st, were we heaved thence, but blessedly holp hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Will please you, father?
Ah, yeah. My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio. I pray thee mark me that a brother could be so perfidious. He that next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him put the manage of my state. For at that time, through all the signories, it was the first, and Prospero was the prime duke. These being all my studies, I was without parallel in the liberal arts, and being thus transported, wrapped in secret studies, thy false uncle, just now attend me.
Oh, good sir, I do.
Being thus perfected in how to grant suits, how to deny them, how to advance people, or how to trash them for our topping, you created the creatures that were mine, or changed them, I say, or else new formed them, having both the key to officer and office. He set all the hearts in the state to what tune pleased his ear, that he was the ivy that hid my princely trunk and sucked my verdure out on it. Thou attendest not?
Oh, good sir, I do, most heedfully.
Well, I pray thee mark me. I, thus neglecting all worldly ends, being dedicated to closeness and the betterment of my mind, as with which, being all so retired, or prized all rate, in my false brother awaked an evil nature. My trust, being a good parent, did produce in him a falsehood as great in the contrary as my truth was, which indeed had no limit, a confidence sans bound. Well, he being thus lauded with what my revenue yielded, and what else my power might exact, like one who, having into truth, by the telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory, that to credit his own lie, he must indeed be the Duke. Out of the substitution, and executing the outward face of royalty, with all prerogative, hence his ambition. Dost thou hear me?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
Yeah. There being no screen between the part he played and that whom he played it for, he must indeed be absolute Milan. Me, me, poor man, my library was dukedom enough. Of temporal royalties he now thinks me incapable. Confederates he was, so dry he was for sway, with the king of Naples to do him homage, bring him annual tribute, subject the coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed. Oh, alas, poor Milan. Oh, the most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Well, mark this condition, end the event, and then tell me if this might be a brother.
But I should sin but think nobly of my grandmother. But good wolves have borne bad sons.
Now, the condition, The king of Naples, being to me an enemy, inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know not how much annual tribute, that he should presently extirpate me and mine out of the kingdom. Whereupon a treacherous army levied. One midnight fated to the purpose did Antonio open the doors of Milan, and in the dead of darkness the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Oh, I'm not remembering how I cried out then will cry to again. It is a hint that rings my night.
Here a little further, and then I bring thee to the present business which now's upon us, without which this story would be most intemperate.
Well, wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Oh, a good question, well deserved, my wench. My tale doth provoke such a question. Dear, they durst not. So dear a love my people bore me. Nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with fairer colours they painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues out to sea, where they had prepared a rotten carcass of a boat. Not rigged, nor tackles, sail, nor mast. The rats themselves had instinctively quit her. There they hoist us to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds that was pity sighing back did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me. Oh, thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven, when I had decked the sea with drugful salts, under my burthen, blazing up in me an undergoing stomach to stand against that which should ensue.
Oh, how came we ashore?
By divine providence.
Oh.
Some food we had and some fresh water, which a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, he being a minister appointed for the design, had given us out of his charity. So who, from his charity, knowing my love for my books, from my own library, had furnished me with volumes I prize above my dukedom.
Would I ever but see that man?
Now I arise. Oh, sit down. Hear the rest of our sad sea story. Here, in this island, have we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than princesses can, that have more hours for vainer times and tutors less careful.
Oh, in heavens, thank you for it.
Yeah.
And now, sir, I pray you, for 'tis still beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm.
Know thou thus far forth, divine providence, now my bountiful lady, has brought my enemies to this shore. And I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence, if I court not but admit, my fortunes will forever after droop. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep.
Oh, no.
It is a good dullness.
Oh.
Give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come, my servant, I am ready for thee. Come, approach my Ariel.
Oh, hail, great master! Grave sir, hail! I come to answer thy best questions, whether to swim, to fly, to dive into the fire, to ride on the herald clouds, to thy unbiding task Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to the point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article, I boarded the king's ship. Now in the beak, now the waist, the deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometime I've divided and burned in many places. On the topmast, the yards and bowsprit will I flame distinctly. Then meet and join Jove's lightnings, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary in sight outrunning were not. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege, and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake.
Oh, my brave spirits! But who was so firm, so constant that his coil would not infect their reason?
Not a soul but felt the fever of the mad, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel. And then all afire with me, the king's son, Ferdinand, with hair up staring, then like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leapt, cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here."
Ah, that's my spirit, but was this not nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
Ah, but are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished on their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou badest me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, whom I left cooling of the air with sighs, in an odd angle of the isle, and sitting his arms in this sad knot.
The king's ship, the mariners, say how thou hast disposed of them and the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbour is the king's ship. In the deep nook, where once thou calledst me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still vexed burmoose, there she's hid. And the mariners all under hatches stowed, who with a charm joined to their suffered labours, I have left asleep. And for the rest of the fleet which I dispersed, they all have met again, under upon the Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing that they saw the king's ship wrecked, and his great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there is more work for thee. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil?
Yeah?
Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed to me.
Ah, what? Moody? What is't thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Ah, before the time be out no more.
Oh, I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings, served without grudge or grumblings. Thou didst promise to bait me a full year.
Hast thou forgot from what torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou liest, thou malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with aged envy was turned into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Argyle.
Oh, was she now? Oh, I must once a month recount what thou hast been and done, which thou forgettest. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries too terrible to enter into human hearing, was vanished from Argiers, as thou knowst. For one thing she did, they did not take her life, is that not so?
Aye, sir.
Yes. This blue-eyed hag was brought hither with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, who, as thou reportst thyself, was then her servant. But thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and abhorred commands, refusing her grand hests. She did confine thee, with the help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage, into the middle of a cloven pine, where thou didst vent thy groans for 12 years. And there she left you, imprisoned painfully, until she died. And thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheel strikes. Then was this island, save for that freckled whelp hag-born, not honoured with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Ah, dull thing, I I say, that Caliban whom now I keep in service. Oh, thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans were enough to make the wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could no longer undo. It was my art when I arrived and heard thee, which made gape the pine and let thee free.
I thank thee,
No,
master.
if thou more mourn'st, I will rend an oak and keg thee in its knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and in 2 days I will free thee.
That's my noble master. What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go, take the shape of a nymph of the sea. Go, subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to all eyeballs else. Go, take the shape, come hither. Go, haste with diligence. Awake, my dear one, awake. Oh, thou hast slept well. Awake, my dear one.
Oh, the strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off, for we must now go visit my slave, Caliban, who never yet has yielded us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir. I do not love to look on.
Oh, but as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fires, fetch in our wood, and does us other services which profit us. What ho, slave! Caliban, thou earth, come. Speak.
Is wood enough with it?
Come forth, I say, there's more work for thee. Come now, tortoise. When? Oh, fine apparition. Oh, my quaint Ariel. Hark in thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thy poisonous snake, got by the devil himself upon thy dam. Come forth, I say.
As a wicked doom, is it my mother brushed with raven's feather from unwholesome fen? Drop on you both! A southwest blow on ye and blister ye your law.
For this, tonight thou shalt have cramps.
Ah,
The aches will be filling thy bones. Bees shall sting thee as thick as honeycomb as any ever bee stung.
I must eat my dinner. Oh, this island's mine. My Sycorax, my mother, which thou takest from me. Oh, and thou camest here. Thou made this much of me. But give me water with berries in it. Only teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less burn by both day and night. And then I love thee, and show thee every quality of the isle. The fresh springs, the brine pits, barren place and fertile. Oh, cursed be I that did so. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, bats, beetles, light on you. For I am all the subjects that you have. Which was first mine, O king. And here you style me in this hard rock, while you do keep me from the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, who stripes may move but never kindness, I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care. I have lodged thee in mine own cell, that thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Whoa! Would it have been done? If thou didst prevent me. I the people there's desire with Caliban.
Aboard, slave, whom any print of kindness will not take, being capable of all ill. I took pity on thee. I took pains to teach thee 1 hour or another anything. I gave thee words to make thy thoughts known. But thy vile race, though thou didst learn, had that which in it good nature could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined unto this rock, who hath deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language. And my profit on it is, I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for lending me your language.
Hackseed, hence, and fetch us in our wood. Thou had best to do our commands. If thou neglectst, Or dost unwillingly anything which I command thee? I shall fill thy bones with aches. I shall make thee roar, that beast shall tremble at thy dead.
No, I pray thee. Oh, you I must obey. For his arts have such power, he would control my dance god Tempest, make a vessel of him.
Take hands, courtesied when you haven't kissed the wild waves whist. Put it feebly here and there, and the sweet sprites to earth and there. Hark! Hark! The watchdogs bark! Hark! Hark! I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer, quite cock-a-doodle-dow!
Where should this music be? In the air? Or the earth? It sounds no more. And sure it waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on the bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck. This music crept by me, upon the waters, allying both its fury and my passion with its sweet air. Hence I have followed it. Or it hath drawn me, rather. But 'tis gone. No! It begins again.
Full phantom-fied thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his knell.
Ding dong!
Hark! Now I hear them, ding-dong bell.
The ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owns. I hear it now above me.
The fringed curtain of thine eyes advance, and say, what seest thou yon?
What is it, a spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but it is a spirit.
Oh, no, wench. Oh, it eats and sleeps and has such senses as we have, such. This gallant was in the wreck, but he's stained with grief, that's beauty's canker. He is a goodly fellow. He has lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on as my soul prompts, so fine spirit, thou shalt be freed in 2 days for this.
Oh, sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend. Vouchsafe my prayer may know if you remain upon this island, and if you would some good instruction give how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language! Heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken.
Oh, the best? What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now to hear you speak of Naples. He does hear me, and as he does I weep. Myself and Naples, who with mine eyes never since at ebb beheld the king my father's wreck.
Alack for pity.
Yes, faith in all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee if to a fit point. Oh, at first sight they have changed eyes. Oh, spirit, I will free thee, I will free thee. Sir, a word. I fear you have done yourself some wrong, a word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw, the first I e'er sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined to my way.
Oh, if a virgin, and your affections have not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Sir, soft, a word.
Oh.
They are in each other's powers. But this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light willing make the prize light. Sir, I charge you attend me. Thou usurped a name thou owest not, and hast put thyself on this island as a spy to win it from me, the Lord, on't.
No, as I am a man.
Nothing ill can dwell with strive to dwell with.
Speak not for him, for he's a traitor. Come, follow me, I shall manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks shalt thou eat, wherein the acorn cradle. Come, follow.
No!
What?
I shall resist such entertainment until mine enemy has more power.
I beseech you, father, make not so rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What? I say, my foot, my tutor. Come, put up thy sword, who makes a show but dares not strike. Thy brain is so full of guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with my stick and make thy weapon droop.
I will beseech you,
Silence! Hang not on my garments, hence!
Please have pity, I'll be assured he...
Silence!
Oh.
One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. An advocate for an impostor, hush. Think'st thou that there are no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban, you foolish wench? Yet to the most of men this is Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come, thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up.
Oh.
My father's lost. The weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends. Nor this man's taunts to which I am subdued are but light to me. Might I, through my prison once a day, view this maiden? All corners else of the earth, let liberty make use of. Space have I for such a prison.
It works. Come, follow me, and hark in thine ear. Thou hast done well, Ariel. Follow! Hark what else thou shalt do for me.
Be of comfort, sir. My father's of a better nature than he appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came from him.
Follow, thou shalt have the air of freedom. Only follow and do all my points of command.
To the syllable.
Follow! I speak not for him.
Sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all, of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, masters of the merchant, and the merchant have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in million can speak like us. Then wisely, sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him more so.
And look, he's winding up the watch of his wits. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
Tell.
with every grief is entertained that's offered, comes to the entertainer.
$1.
Oh, dollar comes to him, indeed. You have spoken truer than you propose.
And you have taken it wiselier than I meant you should.
Oh, therefore, my lord.
Why, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue.
Prithee, spare.
Well, I have done, but yet
He will be talking.
Of which of he or Adrian, for a good wager, first begins to crow?
The old cock.
The cockerel.
Done the wager.
A laughter.
A match.
Though this island seemed to be desert,
So you're paid.
almost uninhabitable and inaccessible,
Yet.
He could not miss.
it must needs be of subtle tendering. Oh, delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate way.
Aye, the subtle as he most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
cotton ones.
Or were perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
Ah, true, save means to live.
Of that there's none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is torn.
With an eye of green in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many belched rarities are.
is that our garments, being as they were, drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness, and glosses, being rather new-dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lied?
Ah, you very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are as fresh as when we were at Afric, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter to Clarabelle, to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since Widow Dido's time.
Oh, Widow Dido, a pox to that. How came that widow win, Widow Dido?
What if he had said widower Aeneas too? Good lord, how you take it.
Widow Dido said you. You make me study of that. It's a series of Carthage, not of Tunis.
Oh, this Tunis, sir, was Carthage.
Carthage.
I assure you, Carthage.
His word is more than the miraculous harp. He hath raised the wall and houses too.
I wonder what impossible matter he will make easy next.
I think he will carry this island home in his pockets and give it his son for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands.
Aye.
Why, in good time.
Sir, we were talking that our garments seem as fresh as when we were at Tunis, at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that ever came there.
Bates, I beseech you, Widow Dido.
Oh, Widow Dido. Hi, Widow Dido.
Well, sir, is not my doublet as the fresh well, as fresh as the first day I wore it? Well, I mean in a sort.
Well, that sword was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there. For coming thence, my son is lost. And in my wake, she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. Oh, mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
There, sir, he may live. I saw him beat the sages under him and ride upon their backs. He saw the water whose enmity he flung aside. And with his good arms he breasted himself ashore in a lusty stroke. Oh, I doubt not he came alive to land.
Oh, no, he's gone.
So you may thank yourself for this great loss that would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African. She at least is banished from your eye, who hath cause to wet the grief on it.
Prithee, peace.
You were kneeled to and importuned by all of us, and the fair soul herself weighed between loathness and obedience, by which end of the beam should bow. We've lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business is making than we bring men to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest of the lost.
Oh, my lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
And most originally.
Oh, 'tis foul weather in us all, sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather?
Very foul.
Had I a plantation on this isle, my lord,
He'd sow it with nettle seed.
The docks so mallows.
and I were king on it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine?
Oh, I, the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. For no kind of traffic would I admit. Oh, no name of magistrate. Oh, letters should not be known. Riches, poverty, use of service, none. Oh, contract, succession, born, tilth, vineyard, none. Oh, use of metal, no. Or corn, or wine, or oil. No occupation, all men idle. All. Oh, and women too, but pure and innocent. And no sovereignty.
Yet he would be king on it.
The latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or use of any engine I would not have. But nature should bring forth of its own kind all poison, all abundance, and govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
God save his majesty.
Long live King Gonzalo.
Oh, do you mark me, sir?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
Well, I do well believe, your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such noble and nimble lungs that they used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this merry kind of fooling and nothing to you? So you can continue to laugh at nothing still.
Ooh, what a blow was there given.
And it had not fallen flat long?
Oh, you are gentlemen of brave metal. You would let the moon out of her sphere, and she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would sow and then go a bat-fowling.
Oh, nay, good my lord, be not angry.
Oh, no, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Oh, you laugh me asleep, for I am heavy.
Go sleep. And hear us.
What? So soon asleep? I wish my eyes would, with themselves, shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, when it doth, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, shall guard your person while you rest, and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
Strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Doth it not then our eyelids sink? I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. But my spirits are all nimble. Now they fell all together as though by consent. They dropped as though by a thunderbolt. Oh, what might, worthy Sebastian, what might? No more. And yet, methinks I see it in thy face. What thou shouldst be. For the occasion speaks thee. My strong imagination sees a crown falling upon thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do. And surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose, to be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Oh, worthy Sebastian, thou lettest thy fortune sleep. Die, rather. Wingst while thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly, there's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my usual custom, and you needs be too if heed me. Which to do so troubles thee all.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to flow.
Do so. To ebb hereditary sloth instructs me.
Oh, you the purpose cherish, while thus you mock it. How in stripping it you more infest it. Ebbing men do so most often near the bottom run, by their own fear or sloth.
Prithee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter from thee, and a birth indeed which throws thee much to yield.
Thus, sir, this lord of weak remembrance this, who shall be of as little memory when he is heard, hath here almost persuaded. For he is only a spirit of persuasion, only professes to persuade. The king his son's alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned as he that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Oh, out of that no hope. What great hope have you? No hope that way is another way, so high a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wing beyond, but have discovery there. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir to Naples?
Clarabelle?
She that is queen of Tunis. She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life. She that can have no note unless the sun were posed, the man of the moon too slow, till newborn chins be rough and razorable. She that, from whom we were all ceasewhile, though some cast again to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue. What's to become of yours in my discharge?
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis, so is she heir of Naples, twixt which regions there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shalt that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? keep in twos. And let Sebastian live. Say this were death that has now seized them. Why, they were no worse than they are now. There be that can rule Naples as well as he that sleeps. Lords that can prate as amply and as unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. Why, I can make a chop of his deep chant. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What sleep was this for your advancement? Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tend to your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. Oh, and look how well my garments fit upon me. Much feater than before. Then my brother's servants were all my fellows. Now they are my men.
For your conscience?
Aye, so where lies that? If 'twere a car, it would put me to my slipper. But I feel not this deity in my bosom. 20 consciences stand twixt me and Milan. Can't it be they, and melt ere they molest? Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. Even that which now he's like, that's dead. Whom I, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it shall put to bed forever, while you doing thus to the perpetual wing, for I might put this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who should not upbraid our cause. As for all the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk. They'll tell the clock to any business we say benefits the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gott's Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand back, do you delight to follow Don Gonzalo?
Oh, but one word.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friends, are in, and sends me forth, or else his project dies, to keep them living. While you do hear a snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake.
Now, let us both be silent.
Now, good angels, oh, preserve the king!
Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What is the matter?
Whilst we stood here, secure in your repose, we heard a huge burst of bellowing like bulls, or rather lions. Did not wake you. It struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to frighten monsters here, to make an earthquake. For sure it was a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Oh, upon my honor, sir. I heard a humming, and that a strange one, too, which did wake me. Oh, I shook you, sir, and cried. As my eyes opened, I saw their swords drawn. And there was a noise, that's verily. 'Tis best we stand our guard, or quit this place, and let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground. Let's make further search for my poor son.
Oh, heaven keep him from these beasts, for he's sure in the island.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So, king, go safely on to seek thy son.
sucks up from bogs, fens and flats. I'm prosper full, and by each meal make him a disease. Hey, spirits, hear me. But I needs must curse. But they no pinch me, no fright me with urchin shows, nor lead me out of my way in the dark like a firebrand, unless he bid him. And for every try for the they set upon me, we sometimes like apes, they mowing, chattering, and have to bite me. Oh, and then like hedgehogs, we side tumbling in my barefoot way, mount their pricks against my footfall. Oh, and then sometimes I'm all wound with adders, who with cloven tongue do hiss me into madness. Oh, here comes the spirit of his. Torment me for bringing my wood home too slowly. I shall fall flat. Perchance he would not warn me.
Here is neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one. Looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. Smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind of not of the newest, poor John. Strange fish. Were I in England now, as I once was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there, but would give a piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beast there makes a man. When they will not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar, they'll lay out 10 to see a dead Indian. Legs like a man, and his fins like arms. Warm, my troth. I now do let loose my opinion. Hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Ah, alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There's no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to see, here shall I die ashore. Oh no, this is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral, but here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain and I, the gunner and his mate, loved more Meg, Marian and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with the tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savour of tar nor pitch, and a devil might scratch her when she did itch. Then to see boys and go hang. No, this is a scurvy tune to sing as well, but here's my comfort.
The spirits torment me.
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do we put tricks upon with savages and men of end, huh? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard of your 4 legs. For as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes at nostrils.
Do not torment me, I prithee.
This is some monster of the hour with 4 legs who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I'll give him some relief if it be but for that. Ooh, if I can recover him and keep him tame and get to neighbours with him, Why, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on meat's leather.
Oh, do not torment me, oh, prithee. Oh, bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now and is not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he had never drunk wine before, will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him, that have them, and that soundly.
Oh, thou dost me yet with little hurt.
No.
Without wits and all.
No.
I know it by thy trembling.
No.
Oh, now prosper works upon thee.
No, come on your ways, come on. Open your mouth. This will give you language. Come on, open your mouth. This will shake you shaking. Yes. I can tell you that, and that sounding you cannot tell who's your friend. Come on, open your mouth again.
I should know that voice. That should be. But he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend, and his backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ache you. Come, I'll pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Just thy other mouth, call me. Mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will take leave of him, I have no long spoon.
Stefano! If thou beest Stefano, talk to me, touch me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afeard, thy old friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How came thee to be the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. Art thou not drowned, Stefano? Oh, I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead mooncalf's gabardine for fear of the storm. Art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, do Neapolitans escape?
Do not turn me about, my stomach's not constant.
These be fine things. And if they be not sprites, that one's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
Now, tell now how thou escapest. How camest thou hither? I escaped upon a butter sack which the sailors heaved overboard. And by this bottle, or from the bark of a tree with mine own hands, which I made since I was cast ashore.
I shall swear upon that bottle to be thy true servant, for the liquor is not earthly.
Now, swear how thou escapest.
Swum ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Yeah, kiss the book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano! Hast any more of this?
Yeah, the whole butt, man. My cellars in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. Now, moon cow, where is thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon. I do assure thee, I am the man of the moon where time was.
Oh, I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Well, then come, swear to it. Kiss the book.
Oh, yeah.
I'll furnish it with new contents. Swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I afeard of him. A very weak monster. The man in the moon, a most poor, credulous monster. Well drawn, monster, in good sooth.
Show thee every feather into the isle. I prithee, I'll kiss thy feet. Prithee, be my god.
Oh, by this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When his god's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I prithee, I swear myself thy servant.
Well, come on then, down and kiss.
My lord,
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. A most scurvy monster. I could find in my heart now to beat him.
Yeah.
But that the poor monster's in drink.
Come, kiss.
Abominable monster.
Kiss, 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 kiss.
let me show thee the fresh springs. I'll pluck berries for thee. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon that tyrant that I serve. Ooh, I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, the wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
Let me take thee to where crabs grow. With my long nails I'll dig thee peanuts. I'll show thee a jay's nest. And instruct thee on how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll gather thee young scammels from the rocks. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee, monster, lead the way without any more talking. Drink it out. The king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. 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 Bear my bottle, by and by we'll fill him again.
Farewell, master, farewell!
A howling monster! A drunken monster!
No more dams, I'll make 4 fish. No pitching fire in every corin. No scrape trips and no wash dish. Bang, 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 bang. I got a new master, got a new bang, 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 bang.
Monster, lead the way.
I might know. Yes.
Some sports are painful. Their labor delighting them sets them off. Most kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters lead to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's craft, and he's composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says, such baseness never liked executor. I forget. But even these thoughts do refresh my labors. Most busy lest when I do it.
Alas now, pray you work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs that you are enjoyed to pile. Pray set it down and rest you. When this burns 'twill weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. Oh, pray now rest yourself. He's safe for these 3 hours.
Oh, most dearest mistress. The sun will set before I discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature. I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
Well, it would become me as much as it does you, and I shall do it with much more ease. But my goodwill is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, he is infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
Oh, no, noble mistress. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. My father, I've broke your head to say so.
Admired Miranda! Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest in the world. Oh, full many a lady have I eyed with the best regard, and many time the harmony of the tongue hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked in several women, but never so fun soul. And some defect did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed, and put it to the foil. But you, oh, you, so perfect, so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remember, save from my glass mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad, I am skilless. Oh, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish for another companion in the world but you. Nor could imagination form a shape besides yourself to like other. But I prattle something wildly in there and do forget my father's precepts.
I am in my condition a prince. I do think a king. And I would not so, would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer flesh fly below my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The moment I saw you did my heart rush to your service, and there resides, to make me slave of it. And for your sake am I this patient log man.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven! Oh, earth! Bear witness to the sound and profess what kind event if I speak true. If hollowly, invert what best boded me to mischief. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Fair encounter of two rare affections, of heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them. Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and no less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows. Only hence bashful cunning and prompt me plain and holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I will be your servant whether you will or no.
Oh, most dearest mistress, and I humbled as ever.
My husband, then.
Aye, and with a heart as willing as a bondage ever of freedom. Here is my hand.
And mine with my heart in it. And now farewell to happen our hence.
A thousand!
So glad as they I cannot be surprised withal, but my rejoicing at nothing could be more. I must to my books, for yet ere supper time I must perform much business appertaining.
Tell not me when the butt is out, we will drink water, but not a drop before. Therefore, bellman, board up, servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster? The folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this island. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brained like us, the state tolerance.
Drink, servant monster, the eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed, if they were set in his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam, or I could recover this shore 35 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
You're a lieutenant, if you list. He's no standard.
Will not run, monsieur monster.
No, nor go neither. But you'll lie like dogs, and yet say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How does I honor? Get off my tail. Oh, let me lift thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, thou most ignorant monster. I am in case to justle a constable. Why, thou debauched fish, thou! Was there ever a man, a coward, that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Oh, no, now. Look how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Oh, my lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
No again. Oh, bite him to death, I prithee.
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy head. If thou prove a mutineer, the next tree. The poor monster's my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity.
I thank thee, my lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit that I made today?
Marry, will I kneel and repeat it? I will stand in social. Trinculo!
Yeah, well, as I said before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, by whose cunning hath cheated me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest? Oh, thou jesting monkey thou! I would my valiant master would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Trinculo, if you trouble him any moment's tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
No, I said nothing.
Monday. And no more. Proceed.
I said, by sorcery he got this isle, from me he got it. Oh, if thy greatness will be ventured on him, for I know thou darest. Yeah, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be come past, and thou bring me to the party?
Oh, yea, my lord, I'll yield him thee asleep. There thou mayest knock a nail in his bead.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
Oh, what fine is this? Oh, thou scurvy patch. I do beseech my lord, give him blows and take his bottle from him. And when that's gone, he shall drink not but brine, for I won't show him where the quick freshies are.
Trinculo, if you interrupt the monster one word further, I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stockfish out of thee.
What did I? I did nothing. I'll stand farther off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that! As you like this, give me the lie another time.
I did not give a lie. Out of my wits and hearing too. This can suck and drinking too. A current on your monster, a pox on your bottle, and the devil take your finger.
Now. Ready. Forward with your tail. Brittany, stand farther off.
I'll beat him again. And when you're through, I'll beat him too.
Now, stand farther off. Now. Proceed.
As I said, 'tis a custom of his in the afternoon to sleep. Thou mayest brain him, having first seized his books. Or with a log batter his skull, or punch him with a stick, or cut his reason with thy knife. Here, but first, remember to possess his books, for without them he is but as short as I am, nor have he one spirit to command, for they all hate him as rootedly as I do. Burn but his books. Oh, he has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which when he has a house he will deck with all. With that most deadly to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her an emperor. But I never saw a woman. Only Sycorax, madame, and she. Oh, but she far surpasses Sycorax, as great as does the least.
Is it so brave, alas?
Aye, my lord, aye. I shall become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man.
Oh.
His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself will be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
On mine honor.
This will I tell my master.
Oh, you have made me merry. I am full of pleasure. Will you text the troll you taught me but while here?
Monster, I will do reason, any reason. Come on, Trinculo, let's sing.
What is free?
That is not the tune.
What is this saying?
It is the tune of our cat, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou seest the man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou fearest the devil, show as thou list.
Oh, forgive me my sins.
Now, the death pays all debts. Mercy upon us.
Art thou a beard?
No, monster, not I.
Be not a beard. The eye is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight not heard. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about my ear, and voices that, if I had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, the clouds methought would open up and show riches ready to fall upon me. And when I waked, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me where I should have my music for nothing.
Ah, then Prospero is destroyed.
Yes, that be by and by. I remember your story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it and after do our work.
Lead monster, we'll follow. I wish to see this table where he lays it on.
I'll follow, Stefano.
By your locket, I can go no further, sir. Here's a maze trod indeed, through full frights and meanders. Oh, by your patience, I needs must rest me.
Oh, Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here, I will keep off mine own hope and save it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned whom thus we stray to find, and the sea doth mock our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forgo the purpose that you have resolved to effect.
Next advantage will we take truly.
Let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed with travel. They cannot nor will not use such diligence as when they are
I
fresh.
say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? Good friends, hark!
Marvelous sweet music. Oh!
Heavens, give us kind keepers. What are these?
A living trollery. And I will believe that there are unicorns. If in Arabia there is one tree, a phoenix's throne, one phoenix at this hour reigns there.
I'll believe both for want of anything else. One, come to me. Which sworn 'tis true, travel is merited by those fools that don't contempt.
If in Naples I should report this now, oh, would they believe me? If I should say that I saw such islanders? For certain these are people of the island. Yet they are a monstrous shape, yet note, their manners are more gentle kind than your human generation you shall find. Many, nay, almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast said well, but there are some there present who are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such gesture, and such sound, expressing, although they love the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse.
Praise in departing.
Oh!
Rather strangely. No matter, since they left their viands behind, for we have stomachs without taste of what is here.
Not I.
Oh, faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe that there were mountaineers, do laugh like fools, whose throats had hanging at them wallets of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breast, which now we find each putter out at 5, for one will bring us good warrant out.
I will stand to and feed, although it be my last. No matter, since I feel the best is past. My brother, my lord, the duke, stand to and do as we.
Oh! You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this low world and what is in it, the never surfeit at sea hath caused to belch up you. And on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you amongst men being most unfit to live, I have made you mad. And even with such like valor, men hanging round their proper selves. You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements of whom your swords are tempered might as well wound the loud winds, or with mock-fat stabs kill the still closing waters, as diminish one dowel that's in my plume. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your strength that will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you. You 3 from Milan did supplant good Prospero. bring perdition. Worse than any death can be at once shall step by step attend you in your ways, which here on this most desolate isle else falls upon your head is nothing but heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. A grace it hath, devouring. Of nothing have I instructed, have you baited. So, with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My charms crack not, and these mine enemies are knit up in their distractions. They are in my power. And there I shall leave them in their fits, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and my love died.
In the name of something holy, why stand you in this strange stare?
It is monstrous.
Oh,
Monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me. And the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore, my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than air plummet sounded, and with him there lie muttered.
One fiend at a time, I'll fight their legions o'er.
I'll be thy second.
all three are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite their spirits. I beseech you, those of suppler joints, follow them swiftly. Oh, and hinder them from what this ecstasy may now provoke them to.
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have given you here 1/3 of my life, or 1/3 of that for which I live. Once again I tender her to your hand. All your vexations have been but my trials of your love, which, strangely, thou hast passed the test. Therefore, afore heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile that I boast her off, for she will outstrip all her praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it, against the oracle.
Then, as my gift and thy own acquisition worthily purchased, take my daughter. But, if you do break her virgin knot, before all sanctimonious ceremonies have been with full and holy rite ministered, then no sweet aspersion shall from the heavens fall to bless this contract, but sour disdain, sour-eyed discord, and hatred shall grace the bed of this union with weeds so loathly that you both shall hate them. So take heed, as Hymen's lamp shall light thee.
As I hope for, quiet days, long life and fair issue, with love, such love as 'tis now, the murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strongest suggestion, our worst of genius shall never melt my heart into lust, to take away the edge of that day's celebration when I should think, or Phoebus's steeds are foundered, or night kept chained below.
Fairly spoke, sir. Sit and speak with her, for she is thine own. Come, Ariel, my industrious servant, come.
What would my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner servants have thy last task most worthily performed, but I have need of you in such another trick. Go hence and bring the rabble o'er which I give you power here. Incite them to a quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some fancy of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it of me.
Presently,
Oh, aye, in a twink.
before you can say come and go, and blink twice and cry so, each one tripping on his toe. We'll be here with Mop and Mo. Do you love me, master? No.
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. Do not come until thou dost hear me call.
Oh, well, I conceive.
Look that thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much rain. The strongest oaths are but straw in the fire of the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night I vow.
I warrant you, sir. The white cold snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Yeah, well. Ah! I had forgot the conspiracy of the foul beast Caliban and his confederates to take my life. The minute of their plan is almost come.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never till this day saw I in touch with anger so distempered.
Sir, you do look, my son, in a moved sort. Be not dismayed, be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. And these, our actors, as I foretold, were spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air, and like the basic fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, yea, the great globe itself, ye, all which ye inherit, shall dissolve, and like the insubstantial fabric of this pageant, faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little lives are rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My brain is troubled, but do not dismay about my infirmity. I beg you, retire to my cell and there repose a while. A turn or two I'll take to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come with a thought, I thank thee, Ariel, come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirits, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, my commander. I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir, they were red hot with drinking, so fun of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project. Then I beat my tabor, at which like unbacked colts they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears. The calf-like they my lowing followed through tooth-briar, sharp furs, pricking goss, and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell. There, dancing up to the chins, and the foul lake overstunk their feet.
Oh, thou hast done well, my Ariel. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery from my house, go fetch it hither as stale to catch the thieves.
I go.
Devil, of whose nature nurture will never stick. And all my pains humanely taken, all lost, all quite lost. I shall plague them, even to roaring. Come, hang up this rhyme.
Tread softly, so that the blind Mo may not hear a footfall down near the mouth of his cell.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than to play the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell all horse piss, at which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? if I should take a displeasure against
Thou wert but a lost monster!
Look you, my lord, give me thy favour still. Be patient, for the prize I bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore speak softly, or hush there's midnight yet.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool!
There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that monster, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wedding! Yet this is your harmless fairy monster!
I'll go fetch my bottle, though I be your ears for my labor.
Look you, my lord, please be quiet. Look, seest thou here, this is the mouth of the cell. The mere noise and enter. Do that good mischief which shall make this isle thine own forever. And I thy Caliban, for I thy footlicker.
Give me thy hand. For I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, worthy peer! Oh, Stefano! Look what a wardrobe here is for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool, it is but trash.
Oh, monster! We know what belongs to a frippery! Oh, King Stefano!
Take off that hand, Drinkalo! By this hand, I'll have this gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
Oh, the dropsy drowned this fool. Aye, what do you mean to do thus on such luggage? Here, let us alone and let's do the murder first. For if he'll make from town to crown, he'll fill our skis with pinches. Make us strange stuff.
Be you quiet, monster! Mistress Line, is not this my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the line. Now is it like to prove hairless and prove to be a bastard.
We steal by line and level, and like your grace.
Oh, I thank thee for that jest. Here's a garment for it. Steal by line and level is an excellent pass of paint, which should not go unrewarded while I am king of this country. Here's another garment for it.
Oh, monster! Come, put some lime on your fingers, and away with the rest.
Oh, I shall have none on't. Oh, we shall lose our time. We turn to barnacles. Or to eggs with foreheads filling this low.
Monster, lay to your fingers and carry this away where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Here, go to. Carry this.
And this.
And this.
Hey, mountain, hey!
Sir,
Oh, go charge my goblins that they grind their bones with dry convulsions, shorten their sinews with ancient cramps, and more spotted make them the pard or catamount-ed.
Hark, they roar!
Oh, let them be hunted soundly. Now at this hour lie all my enemies at my mercy. Shortly shall all my labors be ended, and thou shalt have the air and freedom. Only follow and do what I command. Now my projects gather to a head. Oh, my spirits obey, my charms crack not, and time goes upright in his carriage house the day.
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so when first I released the Tempest. Spirit, say, how's the king and his followers?
Confined together, in the same fashion as you gave in charge, just as you left them all prisoners, sir, in the lime grove that weather fence your cell. They cannot budge till your release. The king, his brother and yours, abide all three distracted, and the remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay. But chiefly, him that you termed, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly worksome, that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, Spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
And so shall mine. Hast thou, who art but air, a touch of feeling of their afflictions, that I, who one of their kind, who relish all as sharply passion as they, will I not be kindlier moved than thou art? Though their high wrongs have struck me to the quick, yet my noble reason gateth my fury do I take part. The rarer virtue is in vengeance. They being penitent, The sole drift of my purpose shall extend not a frown further. Go, set them free, Ariel. Their senses I'll restore, my charms I'll break, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
Oh, ye elves of standing lakes, hills, groves, and brooks. And you, who on the sands with prenticed feet do chase the flying Neptune and to fly him when he comes back. And you demi-puppets who do the sour green ringlets make whereof the yew does not bite. Oh, and you whose pastime is the magic mushroom and rejoice in the solemn curfew. You with all whose aid, weak masters though you be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azured vault set warring roar. Oh, to the dread rattling thunder I have given fire, and I have rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. Graves, at my command have waked their sleepers and set them forth. The strong base promontory I have shaken, and by the spurs I have plucked out the pine and cedar, by my so potent art. Oh, but this rough magic I must abjure. When I have required some heavenly music, which even now I need to complete this spell for those who this airy charm is for, I will break my staff and bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll bury my book. Now the solemn cure, and best comforter to an unsettled fancy, cure thy brains. Now useless and boiled in your skulls, there stand, for you are spell-stopped. Oh, holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes ever sociable to yours fall fellowly drops. This charm dissolves apace. Like the morning steals on the night, melting the darkness, so thy rising senses clear the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. Oh, Gonzalo, my loyal preserver, true sir, to him thou followest, I will pay thy graces home in both word and deed. Most cruelly did thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter, and with thy brother, Sebastian. Thou art pinched for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood. You, brother mine, who entertained ambition and expelled remorse and nature, who here with Sebastian, whose inward pitches are most strong now, would here have killed your king? I do forgive you, unnatural though thou art. The rising tide of their senses doth approach the reasonable shore, which now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that looks on me can see me. Ariel, fetch my crown from my cell, for I will discase myself and appear as I was sometime. Milan, go quickly, you shall be free.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip spell I lie. There I crouch when owls do cry. On the bat's Back will I fly, after summer merrily. Merrily, merrily will I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Ah, my delicate Ariel. I shall miss thee, but you shall have your freedom. So. To the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there you shall find the mariners asleep under the hatches. The boatswain being awake, enforce him here, I prithee, presently.
I drink the air before me, and return or ere your post twice beat.
Oh, wonder and amazement. Oh, torture and trouble inhabit here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wrong Duke of Milan, Prospero. For proof that a living prince does speak to you, let me embrace your body. Bid you and your company a hearty welcome.
Where thou beest he or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me as late I have been, I not know. Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave, and if this be at all, a most strange story. Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble friend, I embrace thine age, which honor cannot be confined or measured.
Whether this be or not be, I shall not swear.
You do yet taste of some subtleties of the isle, which will not let you believe certain things. Welcome, friends all. But you, my brace of lords, had I a mind to, I could pluck your highnesses' frown upon you and justify you, traitor. At this time I shall tell no tales.
The devil speaks in heaven.
No. Ah, for you, wicked sir, for whom to call brother would even infect my mouth. I do forgive your rankest faults, all of them. But, perforce, I require my dukedom of you, which I know you cannot refuse.
If thou beest, Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were racked upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is, my dear son, Ferdinand.
I am woe for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her aid, for whose like loss I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You, the like loss?
As great as of late, and thou hast comfort more than I have to sustain me, for I have lost my daughter.
My daughter? Oh, heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. I do perceive these lords, and do scarce believe their eyes do them offices of truth. But their words are natural breath. However you were jostled from your senses, know that I am that Prospero Duke of Milan who was thrust forth from Milan and strangely landed here upon this island where thou were wrecked, to be the lord on't. But no more of this. 'Tis a recollection for another day. It is not for breakfast, nor befitting a first meeting. I pray you, come, this is my cell. I have few attendants and subjects, none abroad. I pray you, look in. Since you have my dukedom returned to me, let me provide you with a wonder to requite you as much me my dukedom.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
The most high miracle.
Though the seas torment, they are merciful, and I have cursed them without cause.
Now all a glad father's blessings compass thee about. Arise and say how thou camest here.
I wonder how many goodly creatures are there here. How beauteous mankind is. Who brave new world that has such people
'tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath separated us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to the famous Duke of Milan, of whom I've heard much renown but never met before, and whom I received a second life, and a second father this lady makes him to me.
Oh, I am hers, but oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, sir, no more. Let us not burthen our remembrances with a heaviness that is gone.
Oh, I have inly wept. Who should have spoken this? Look down, you God, and on this couple drop a blessed crown. For 'tis you that trot forth the way that brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan thrust from Milan, that this issue should become kings of Naples? Oh, be it so, and set it down on gold with lasting pillars. In one voyage did Claribel her husband find at Tunis. Ferdinand, her brother, found a wife, where he himself was lost. Oh, Prospero, his dukedom on a poor isle, and all of us ourselves where no man was his own.
Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart, that doth not wish you joy.
Oh, be it so. Amen. Oh, look, sir. Look, sir. Here is more of us. I prophesied if a gallows were on land that this fellow could not be drowned. Now blasphemy swearest graced overboard, not an oath on shore. Hast thou no mouth by land? Oh, what is the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company. The next our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave out split, is tight in the air and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
All this service, sir, have I done since I went.
My tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how came you hither?
If I did think, sir, I were well awake, I'd strive to tell ye. We were dead of sleep, and how we know not, all clapped under hatches. Where but even now, with strange and several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible, were we awaked, straightway at liberty. Were we, in all her trim, freshly beheld, our royal good and gallant ship, our master caper and tie her, on a trice, so please you even in a dream, were we divided from them, and brought moping hither.
Was't well done, sir?
Ah, bravely, my diligence, thou shalt be free for this.
This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod, and there is more in this business than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, I beg you do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of these things. At picked leisure, which shall be shortly, I will resolve for you all that shall seem probable of these happened accidents, until then be cheerful and think of these things well. Huh? Come, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. Most gracious sirs, there are still missing some members of your company, some 2 or 3 lads unknown that you remember not.
Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man fend for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio!
If these be true spies which I wear in my head, here is a goodly sight.
Oh, Celebes, these be brave spirits indeed. Oh, look how fine my master is. I'm afraid he will chastise me.
My lords, look at the badges of these men and then say if it be not true. This misshapen knave, his mother was a witch, and a strong one, who could control the moon, make ebbs and flows, and deal in her command without her power. These 3 have robbed me, and this demigod, misshapen knave, conspired with them to take my life. Now, these 2 you must acknowledge and own yourself. This misshapen thing I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler?
Yes.
And Trinculo is reeling ripe. Where should they get this grand liquor that hath gilded them? How camest thou now in this pickle. Oh, I have been in such a pickle since I saw you that I fear will never out of me bones. I shall not fear fly blowing.
How now, Stefano?
No, I be not Stefano, but a crumb.
Thou be king of the isles, sir?
This should be a sore one, Ben.
This is as strange a thing as e'er I looked on.
He is as misshapen in his manner as he is in his shape. Go thou, sirrah, with thy companions, and as thou would have my pardon, go to my cell and trim it handsomely.
Aye, that I will, and seek for grace, and be wise hereafter. Oh, what a thrice double ass was I, to take this drunken furred god, and worship this dull fool.
Go, slave, hence!
And don't bestow your luggage where you found it.
Stole it, rather.
Sir, your highness, let me invite you and your train to spend tonight in my cell. There I will discourse to you in such a fashion as will make tonight go quick away. I shall tell you about my life, the particular accidents that have happened on this isle, and then tomorrow morn I shall take you to your ship, and thence to Naples, and there to witness the nuptials of our dearly beloved solemnized. Then me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I shall bring you calm seas and auspicious gales, and sail so expeditious you shall catch up your royal fleet afar. My Ariel? Chick. This then is your task, and then to the winds, fare you well. Oh, I pray you, draw near. Now, my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. 'Tis true, I must be here confined by you, or else sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, be confined in this by your spell. Let me not dwell in this barren island by your spell, but release me from my bands, with the help of your good hands. I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless relieved by prayer, which pierces as it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. So, as you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free.